This is a quick overview of the Instant Nursery Manager software. There are other tutorial videos covering some of the features in more detail, along with a built-in help file. Once you get to the login screen, use the default credentials by typing an M in the top box and a 1 in the bottom box and click Sign In. These credentials can be changed by clicking Controller Access, then entering the owner password, which by default is 1. Once you are logged in, the main screen is displayed. You should be able to see a child called My Sample. You can see the child's name, date of birth, current age, start date, parents' names, key worker, and also the unique roll number for the child at the top of the main screen. You can click the child's name or parent's name to change details, or key worker to switch the child to another carer. Top right, you'll find the child's balance, which shows the child's balance to the end of the current bill date, usually the end of the current month. At the bottom you have the Tools button. In here you can back up the data to an external drive if using the offline version. With the online version we take all backups for you. Also at the bottom there are buttons to add, delete or skip a month, and to enter or delete a leave date for a child. When the leave date arrives, a child will automatically go into the Leavers section of the main screen. Click View Leavers to access them. Born Between allows you to filter children between two dates. WPV, Workplace Vouchers, Control is where you can change the names of the suppliers of the vouchers received and flag children as receiving these. Use Attendance Notes to add non-confidential notes which can be printed in bulk. Under Emergency you can flag children for various permissions, allowed or not allowed, such as allow photos on social media. You can also change vaccines. The permissions titles can be changed to suit your setting in the management menu, and edit permissions or edit illnesses and vaccinations. Special Care allows you to specify sleep times, drinks allowed, room and food prep area notes such as allergies. Council Data allows you to export various details inputted for all the children. Observations allows you to flag children as progressing or mastered for various areas of learning. The titles can be changed. Part Month allows you to credit or debit the account by a monetary value along with a note to appear on that month's invoice. With Quick Letter, you can write a letter for a single or a group of children, which can then be emailed or printed. On the right of the main screen there are several buttons. Add New Child to enter new starts. From Credit Control you can update the balances for this or next month to see the overall balances of all children. You can also email or print reminders, single or batch, by using the Filters button to choose, for example, Owing Only. Payments All Children. If you have lots of payments to enter, you can double-click each child in the list and enter payments received. Statement to Date shows a statement to the end of the current bill period. Select a group to filter on children in a selected room. All Children's Invoices. Click on the month required from any child, then click All Children's Invoices to produce an invoice run for the selected month to be either emailed to parents or to print. This child's invoice to produce an individual invoice for the current child and selected month to email or print. Quit to close the application. Open Calendar to add appointments, etc. if needed. This is similar to an electronic diary. Just above the Attendance box there are several tabs. Attendance is the default view and shows the session for this child. Click on the EYFE tab to view/add funding. There's more detail on this in a separate tutorial or in the help file. Holiday Dates. Add dates for the child if not attending to stop them appearing in the numbers for the period. This assumes they are still to be charged for the period. Extras. Add extra sessions or other types of extras and also bill extras this child or all children for a selected month. Payments. Add or delete payments for the child you are currently viewing. You can also enter a non-refundable registration fee or refundable deposit. Fees. Shows financial information regarding the current sessions attending. There is a row of icons top left of the main screen. From left to right, these are. Browse View. Shows various information for all children which can be exported or printed. You can also filter on a certain room or other filters before printing or exporting. Show All, a red cross, Removes any current filters. Filter Children has various filter options. When a filter is chosen, a text box appears above the sessions to state how many children match this filter. Filter on marker. If you have added any markers in the Browse View Markers column, you can filter on children that have the relevant marker that you selected. Preview Selection produces a report of any children currently filtered on. If there's no filter on, all current children will be listed. Parent-to-child link. If a parent has a different surname to a child, this window helps you find the parent's name if not known. Summary and list of used places shows attendance numbers grouped by room from the current month to the last month with sessions booked. One is a summary and one shows more detail. Email parents. You can type your own email and add attachments such as newsletters to send to individuals, a selected room, or all children. Texting. You can send SMS messages from the system, but credits will need to be purchased from us. The top menu from left to right. The Help menu has our contact number, desktop support to generate an ID and password so we can give remote support if you call us, and a help file. From the Management menu you can add batch months. Add a selected month for all children. This is a quick way to add the months ahead for all. It will not add the selected month for a child if they currently have any attendance that month or do not have attendance the previous month. Advanced fee changes. You can adjust the number of days to charge if the months have already been added, including adding an emergency closure day. You can also make the whole month chargeable or non-chargeable and add the bank holidays for a month if missed. Deletes form takes you to a screen showing any children that have left the setting. Edit daily price list. Used to set up, add or edit your sessions offered. Ethnic choices. Amend the ethnicity list if you need to record ethnicity. Edit bank hols. Add closure days and bank holidays if you do not charge for these. As you add sessions, the system checks these records and includes any closures if set in here. Extra types. Used to add or change the list of other type of extra. Key workers. Add or edit your key worker names. Language. Edit language list if this needs to be recorded. Price increase. Run a price increase from a selected future month. You can also experiment if the increase is a set percentage across all sessions. Room/group names. Set up your room or group names. Setting details. Change your setting address and the invoice footers. Staff. Change staff names or print a list. Edit permissions. Edit your permissions list. These can be set for each child by clicking Emergency. Edit illnesses and vaccinations. Edit your lists. These can also be applied in Emergency. Envelopes and labels. If you use windowless envelopes or address labels, you can print them from this menu. There are various options available. The Safety menu includes options to print an accident report with the current child's name or a blank report. Allergies, an alternative way to get into the allergies form. Collection passwords. You need the owner password to access this form. You can then enter the collection passwords for people picking up the children. Information sheet. You can give this to parents to fill in before their child starts. This includes all contact information. Medicine records. Named or blank report for parents to sign before administering medications. Nappy list. You can record children that use nappies and the size used, which then appears on some reports including registers, or you can just print a list here. Permissions/health allows you to update permissions, vaccines and illnesses for many children in one place. The occupancy menu includes several useful options. A used places report, which shows a summary of AM and PM places by room from the current month to as far ahead as the attendance months have been added. Detailed list, same as used places, but includes the children's names. Past attendance. This child shows an attendance pattern for a selected period with an option to include fees. Future forecaster. This allows you to print a report to show how many children will be at what age 6 to 12 months ahead. You can set the age limits yourselves for each room and print summary or detailed. The waiting menu accesses a waiting list where you can enter children waiting for a place and move them to the main screen once a place is available. Inquiries allows you to record any inquiries made by parents regarding possible attendance. The financial menu has an owner area which includes reports such as showing attendance and fee information for the last 2 years, a report showing future income based on current sessions added. You can look past months from being edited with the history updater. This cannot be reversed once run. The invoice totals report shows you what was invoiced for a selected period. Last month report shows various financial information for a selected past month. Payment totals shows a list or payments for all children for a selected period. Blank invoice creates an invoice with no entries if you need to manually write out an invoice. Deposits shows refundable deposits held and allows you to print of a list of held deposits for a selected period. Email log displays a log of sent and failed invoice emails. Email log custom lists sent and failed emails when using the Send This or All Children's email function. Easy Accounts allows you to record very light financial information for your setting. Easy Petty Cash. Set a petty cash balance and keep track of what's left as the balance is used. Export direct debits. If any children are set as direct debits, you can export the list showing when payments are due in your account. History Viewer. You can view historic records if the history updater has been run. Invoice totals selected period. Choose a year and month from and to show what was invoiced for each child. Invoice totals. Choose a year and month to show what was invoiced for that particular month. Invoice message. Change or set the invoice message which is displayed at the bottom of all invoices. The Payment Lists menu allows you to view all payments for the current child. Payments All Children allows you to view payments between 2 dates for all children. There are also filters in this window so you can filter on, for instance, botch-only payments. Extras This child, list of extras this child has had. Receipts log, lists all receipts entered for the child. Statement Show All shows a statement for all months added for that child on the main screen including future months. Detailed Statement shows the statement to date but includes more detail than the statement to date report. The Invoice by Term menu allows you to invoice this child or all children for a selected period. From the EYFE Info menu Funding Letters option, you can choose a term and print a letter for parents detailing the information about claiming funding. From Export 3+ Children, you can show all funded children. This shows claiming and attending hours and you can filter on 2-year-olds or 3+ children. The results can be exported or printed. Next Term Info shows funding information for a selected term. Choose Filter on 2 or 3+ children to show the relevant children in these age groups for either printing or to check, add the funding. Hourly Rate Default allows you to set the funded hourly rate if the same for all children for any months you add after this is set. You can set a default under 2 and over 2 rate. The Miscellaneous menu contains options that don't fit elsewhere. You can print address labels and cloakroom labels, a birthday list for upcoming birthdays, a list of birth certificates recorded and compliment slips. You can export all names and addresses, email addresses or mobile numbers into Excel. Outings allows you to print a condensed emergency list if you take a group of the children out of the setting. All the features and reports covered in this tutorial have more detailed explanations in the built-in help file.